Hello, I'm Benjamin, and recently I did some research on the William T. Young Library. Now, I'm fairly new to Kentucky, and I'm even newer to the University of Kentucky. So when I first got there, of course, the thing that stood out most to me was the massive library that was located in the middle of campus. It's not actually the middle, but it might as well be. Anyways, so I happened to get pretty lucky as it was right across the street from my dorm. I had a front row view to it. Now, when I was first getting acquainted with the university campus, I used it as a reference point. It helped me get to and from classes. It helped me keep from getting lost. So when the assignment came up to analyze a space, of course the William T. Young Library was a no-brainer for me. It had been such an important part of my life while I was at the campus. Now, I don't know about you, but to me, massive buildings are very intimidating, especially libraries. I mean, it was filled to the brim with knowledge on all sorts of subjects, and apparently it'd be a big part of my life moving forward. So there's that. Now, what I had to do was I had to go talk to some people. I had to find some information first. So the first person I talked to was, of course, the librarian. Helped me get acquainted with the library and helped me find some books on the library itself. Now, I had in mind some architecture and history, but we didn't really have any luck finding that, or at least in book form. So she directed me to the website, and the website was filled with loads and loads of information, including one tidbit that I find is pretty interesting. The library actually has fossils located within the limestone. So, that's, I don't know about you, but I think that's pretty cool. So, now, see, I'm normally a pretty shy guy, so I don't really go talk to people too much, but, this assignment required it. We had to interview 2 people, at least, and, I'm not really up for talking. So after I talked to the librarian, I went and found some students. Now, these students also happen to be employed at the university. They work in the front desk, and they had some interesting things to say. Amara, Obidegwu, she said the library reminds her kind of a castle. Now, I can see that, seeing as how large the library is, and of course the huge chandelier that it used to have. However, that chandelier did fall a few years ago. And she also noted that it was sinking, so I thought that was pretty interesting. But, that's just me. I'm a big architecture fan. Now, Kyla Creal, she had a little bit of a different take on it. She thought the library was pretty loud. Now, since I was just there for the summer so far, every time I went, it was pretty quiet. But she said that she had to go to the basement whenever she wanted to get anything productive done. Now, I have no qualms about this. I absolutely believe it. But the library is typically considered a quiet place, right? Well, apparently not for her. But hey, to each their own. Now, there is a Starbucks located in the library, and if anywhere is loud, that would probably be it. They have music playing, they have people talking. But that's not really a big part of the library. Everywhere else is pretty quiet. So while I was walking around gathering my information, of course, I was in awe of just how massive the inside of this place was. And rows upon rows of books. There are literally over 1 million books, and of course, the outside is just gorgeous. The lawn is well manicured, and so I had a wonderful time walking around and finding everything. But the main thing that stood out to me, though, was how much I actually learned about it. In the end, of course, it's a library. It's going to be a place for people to hang out. That's where friends go, socialize, do their homework, whatever. And, I did my homework there, too. But the thing that stood out to me was it was huge, honestly, and that really stood out to me. Plus, of course, libraries have lots of books, but this place had 4 stories of books, and on almost every topic you can imagine. Anyways, so like I said, my name is Ben. I had a pretty good time analyzing the library. I came out of my shell a little bit, having to talk to people, and they helped me out a little bit. The librarian helped me out quite a bit, and of course the library. So I advise you guys to go check it out. If you're ever on campus, of course, it's a wonderful place, and yeah.